Hey, this is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around Silks. This is the Expecting Aerialist podcast. How's it going, guys? Thank you for being with me today. I hope the week is going well. It is just past the holiday weekend, and we're headed into summer. So it's an exciting time for kids coming out of school, summer vacations, everything like that. I just came back from vacation with the bean myself, and I'm really excited to share with you these interviews that I've been doing. They're so inspiring. Before we get started, so there's a lot of stuff happening with your Wrap Your Head Around Silks. Aerial Rehab, which is meant to be the bridge between PT and your aerial practice. Bean says hi. I'm gonna give you guys another chance to get in on that quite soon. So keep your ears peeled, and let me know how your aerial practice is going. I would love to help out any way I can. All right, today we have Kate Jacobs. She is a new mom of a brand new little girl, and her and her husband had some major infertility issues earlier in their 20s, not very common, but also not rare at the same time. And she shares with us the struggles they went through. She had stage II endometriosis, and she tells the rest of the story. Oh, Bean says I'm taking too long to record this intro. Okay, guys, there's my cue. Let's get started. Where are you exactly?
I am in Oklahoma, Tulsa area to be exact.
My goodness.
Yes. Yep. So it's 1:00 here, and nice, and it's rainy outside, but just fine. The weather's fine. We enjoy it.
You are a new mom, right?
Yes, I am 6 months old on May 2nd. So we're just shy of half a year already.
My birthday's May 1st, and so that's my half birthday. She's got my half birthday.
Oh, that's awesome. May's a good month.
Yeah, so your first kid.
Yes. Yep, our first one, a girl, her name is Cora, and she's on her play mat right now with her crinkle book. So she's very, very busy right now.
I love the name Cora. Love the name Cora. And it's also really beautiful and timeless, but not overused. So good job.
Thank you so much. I take great pride in that.
Yeah, same with hers. Those are the category. That's like what I really wanted. And we named her Willa. So not like we use that.
That's beautiful too. This is her. We just bumped her head, so we might need some cuddles.
Well, she looks like she has a bit of a mohawk, a little bit.
She has a full head of hair thanks to her dad.
I had reached out to you because you had commented or something on the Aerial Mamas Facebook group page.
Yes.
And when I had first reached out to you in November, you're like, well, I'm about to have a baby. Can I get back to you? And then I did get back to you, which is amazing honestly, if it wasn't for Messenger remembering my messages, I would not have remembered. But I did, and I reached out. You're like, I'm good. So I just wanted to, have you introduce yourself, a little bit about your family and your practice, your aerial practice.
Yeah. Yes, I would love to. I'm so glad you reached out. Yeah, I think you reached out right. It was the week I was about to give birth. We had it scheduled because I had an induction. So I knew when she was coming, but I'm glad you followed back around. So my name is Kate Jacobs, and I'm based in Tulsa, Oklahoma area. I'm a dancer and an aerialist, and my husband and I just had our first daughter. Yes, Cora Jean. And she is almost 6 months old. So we are just fresh. We are out of the 4th trimester and still in infancy. And it's so much fun, but it is busy. And I work full time. I work with the symphony in Tulsa, and then I dance and take care of Cora and do aerial.
Yeah. So what is your role with the symphony?
I am the executive assistant there. So I work with the executive director and the board. And it's full time, but I'm able to work remote, which is so nice. So I'm able to take care of Cora during the week. And my husband has weird weekend hours. So his weekend falls during the week. So he can watch her when I go into the office. So it really balances out very nicely.
I love that. Okay. And then your aerial practice. Tell me about that.
So I actually I know you had Bailey on a while ago, and we have gone to the same studio. Tribe Circus Arts is where I train. And the owner of that is Jillian Edwards. Yeah. And I think Bailey talked a bit about her. Her business is really exploding and booming through the area. She has 2 locations now, one in Bixby, which is outside of Tulsa South, and then north of Tulsa, in my area in Owasso. And I do lyra. That is my specialty, lyra and pole. And I've been doing it for about 4 years now. Before COVID, and then when COVID started, I took a little bit of a break since everything was shut down, and then returned to it afterwards.
Were you able to train through your pregnancy?
No. And that was so crushing to me.
Oh.
So Cora, we did IVF with Cora. We had to go through that. I got diagnosed with stage 2 endometriosis. So I had to have surgery to clear that up. And then we went through IVF to get her. And so we did the egg retrieval, the embryo transfer. And so with doing that, they said, we don't want you moving. During the egg retrieval, they had to, pump up all the eggs and make them nice and plump and ready to extract. So they said any kind of movement that you do could twist your ovaries and you could lose an ovary. So they said, don't do any dance, no aerial, until we at least get to the second trimester. And I was just about to do a dance show. It was 3 months till showtime. And then they told me that at that point, not earlier. I don't know why. So we had to change my show. I had to drop out of it. We had to change pieces because I couldn't move for fear of, losing an ovary and, messing up everything we'd worked so hard for. So I stayed very quiet through the embryo transfer. And thankfully it worked the first time. It stuck.
Oh, this is great.
Cora. We were very blessed because I know so many women that they have to go through a few trials, to get their baby. The second trimester, once everything was out of the woods, I returned to dance just very carefully, but aerial I had to put on the back burner. But I just returned to it. At 3 months postpartum, I returned, and it was humbling to say the least.
Oh yeah. Okay. I want to go back. I would like to go back. Why did you guys, so you turned to IVF because the endometriosis?
That is correct. And also I needed to add another part was my husband had developed cancer. And so that was another part in the pool of, we joke that we're a match made in infertility heaven. So there is a lot of factors.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of cancer?
Yeah, he had testicular cancer, and it targets young men.
Okay, so very, very relevant.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
And is he well? Is he healthy now?
He's doing great. We have been, he had it, we first gotten married in October of 2017, and he found out about it in February 2018, just 4 months after we got married. He had a surgery for it, and that took care of it. But then a year later, it was still prevalent. So he had a second surgery, and that's what caused problems with being able to have children naturally of our own. But he is doing great. He has been 3 years clean now, or almost almost 4, I think.
In
So he's
remission.
been great.
Okay.
He's in remission and he's doing wonderful. And he didn't have to do any chemo, which we were so grateful for.
Listeners, you should see us. She's got her baby on her lap. Bean is on mine, cuddling. This is how we do it.
This is the life.
This is the life. So, did the testicular cancer, did it affect the sperm production, or could you?
It did. So actually, what it caused is what is called retrograde ejaculation. So it does not come out naturally. It goes back into the bladder, which causes problems, to be able to have, fertilize the eggs. So we actually went to a sperm bank immediately when we found out he had cancer. So we were able to do that very early, and we were very thankful for that. And then we did the egg retrieval from me and then used his and injected it. So it is, she is all us, just with some science behind it to help.
Some science behind it. And can you tell me endometriosis type 2? What is that exactly?
Yeah, so it is a stage up from PCOS. A lot of women I have come to find have PCOS, endometriosis.
PCOS stands for?
It is polycystic ovarian syndrome, I believe.
Yes.
And so there's lesions, scars, for better lack of words, and a lot of symptoms that come with it. Infertility problems. There's hormone imbalances. I didn't know I had it. I had no clue. The only indication was really bad periods. And our doctor said, well, that's not normal. And I said, oh, well, who would know? So we looked into it, and mine was kind of an exploratory surgery. So it was kind of scary at first because we didn't know if this was the right step to do, because we didn't know what was going on. But I'm glad we did, because once I had the surgery, we found out it was stage 2. And he took off a lot of the lesions, burned them off or took them out to clear it all out. But he said they were on my ovaries, some of the bladder. So it was everywhere.
He had surgery. You had surgery. Was this all in the pandemic?
Yeah, it was right before. That's when it all started. So it all began. 2018 was his developing cancer, and he still had it in 2019. Then in 2020, I had my surgery for endometriosis. And then we started the fertility journey in, I guess it was 2022.
Okay.
Yep, February 2022 is when we broke ground with it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a story. So
with a happy ending though. It's all good, but it was a rough journey. Gosh, it was not at all what we expected when we first got married. The first 5 years have been a whirlwind for us.
Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
Not at all. Yeah, I'm 27. And my husband is about to be 30. So I was 22 and he was 24 when he first got cancer.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. And unfortunately that type of cancer, it targets young men. Surprisingly. They don't know why, but it always teenage to early 20s is what it hits.
Oh my God, his family must have gone through it too. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, both of our family. It was, and with the idea that we thought we would most likely not ever have our own children. That was kind of the idea and what we were thinking for 3 years while he was going through treatment with surgeries and just waiting and just making sure he's okay before we pursued anything. If we, adoption or trying to, do IVF or, IUI. Yeah.
What's IUI?
I think that is an easier not easier. We almost did that, but we decided we needed to go big and go all the way.
Is IUI when you base it like turkey baster type of situation?
Yes. Thank you.
Right?
Exactly. Yes, for layman's terms, yes, it's basically that where you would insert.
And it's like $3,000 ish.
It's expensive. Yeah. I mean, all fertility treatment, it is no joke at all for sure in terms of finance. It's a lot. Yeah.
Okay, this is so interesting to me because from an emotional and mental standpoint, to be 22, 24, and happily married and to learn all this,
Oh, yeah.
that must be so devastating. How did you navigate that?
Gosh, it was not easy at all. Clinging fast to each other and to family. Family was a huge help to get through everything, and friends. Um, we've had, we were stocked full of food and company for, about 2+ years because people were on top of us, just making sure we were weathering it well. And we did. We came out just fine. Like I said, happy ending. She's here. She made it. But it was hard. Lots of prayers, lots of, positive. You had to stay positive. That was the biggest thing. You could not get bogged down in it. No matter we would cry and scream, yell and cuss about it, all we wanted, but you had to stay strong through it. That was the biggest thing. But we didn't know how long it'd last. And when it came back the year later, that was even more, I think, heartbreaking than the first time, because then we were scared that it wasn't going to go away.
Right.
We didn't know. We didn't know what was happening because we thought we got it the first time. Once we hit that year mark after that second surgery, that was just big relief, big sigh. And since then, it's been good. He does check-ins annually. They do blood work. They'll do a scan to make sure. And he's doing fantastic. We're so grateful. But yeah, at times, I mean, you look back and it's like, we made it. But when you were in the thick of it, it was dark. There were some dark parts. But he was great. My husband, he very strong, and all the power to him. He did amazing.
Wow. And then also, how did that feel to kind of open your heart? Did you open your heart to like, oh, maybe we're going to have to adopt?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were. And, there was a little bit sadness, not the thought of not being able, I would never be able to be pregnant, maybe, is what we had thought. And that I never get to experience that. But we were completely 100% open to adoption. And we were actually actively looking to pursue that like very soon, right before. But we had heard of the fertility specialist in the Tulsa area, who's now retired. We were one of the last batches of people that he got through before he retired. But he actually helped, Dr. Clark Sundren was his name, and he helped with the first test tube baby in Oklahoma. So he knew what he was doing. He was the real deal. But yeah, we were about to go look into adoption, and then we thought about meeting with him. We met with him, and he was already on top of things. We went right to work with everything. But yeah, so many thoughts and so much that happened in just the near 4 years.
Yeah, and there's a pandemic in there that probably didn't make it easier because the mental
on top of that, of course.
Yeah, the stress.
Yeah, which was, I will say, that was a good time period just for us because we were able to rest.
Right. Okay.
He was through, he'd had it was about a year out from cancer that he was clear. So we were on the upward incline with that, and we were able to look into then fertility or adoption, whatever we were focusing on at that time. So it worked out well, but yeah, the pandemic didn't help things at all. And then I switched jobs. And so there's just, so much that happened.
And have you gotten your cycle back yet?
I have.
You have?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I got it back. I guess February. So I think 4 months, December, January, February. Okay. 3 months, about 3 months postpartum.
And how's your endometriosis? Is it now?
We're hoping it's under wraps.
Okay.
I am on a medication that a lot of women, I think, get on it as well. It's for diabetes, I think, metformin, but it helps keep that at bay of anything else reappearing. And to tell you the truth, I feel fine. I mean, I feel good. I'm not having heavy periods, which I don't know if that is due to, having a child and your body changes and stuff. So we will find out as we, have more babies through the future. We'll see if if we run into any other problems. I'm hoping it is gone. I'm hoping it is diminished, at least for the most part, to where it's, livable.
I didn't get my period again after I gave birth for an entire year.
Really?
I don't know. It was just my body.
You.
I got really lucky. I got really lucky. And let me tell you, I was also breastfeeding for like 18 months. So that probably contributed. But man, when I got it back, it wasn't even like I got a worse version. It was just my regular period. It felt the same. I was like, why is this so often? Because it's like every 3.5 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, I snap my fingers. Here it is again.
I know. Oh my goodness. See, and we are still breastfeeding, but I'm still getting it. But it's very light, and it's few and far between. So that's good. I'll take it. I don't mind at all.
So if you could educate me on what happens after testicular cancer, are you guys able to, like in 5 years from now, have a kid naturally, the old fashioned way?
There is the potential for that still.
Okay.
There is. If all things align, I guess it just have to be, the perfect conditions where I have no endometriosis, and he's doing well if he's recovered and nerves have regrown. But all that's, I guess, I don't want to say hypothetical, but you don't want to say it can't happen. So
right.
We might be, we don't know, but there is a possibility of it. Yes.
Okay.
Here's hoping. That'd be great after going through all that.
And what would be ideal for you to have a family? Like what? Like
how many?
Yeah.
Or, I come from a big family.
Okay.
I have four siblings, so there's 5 of us. So I am all for as many that will come. But I will say she is absolutely perfect, and we joke that it can only go downhill from here.
I think that I talked to a lot of women, obviously, for this podcast, and I feel like the ones who had to fight a really hard fought battle to get the kid in their arms, we all revere our children, but there's a different reverence because it's a fight. Like if you're fighting for 5 years through like cycles of IVF and miscarriages and stuff, like it is going to feel different to you.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And yeah, exactly what you said. I know they all love their children no matter how they come. But yeah, it's eye-opening, and you really, really appreciate it. And it made you, it's like we don't sweat the small stuff anymore because it's like there's worse things in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes you from a young age, it's like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Like we really pick our battles. So it's been great. Cora agreed.
Look at that face. Like the cheeks.
Fat cheeks. The fattest.
She's got some cherub cheeks, like that like really pinky cheek. Oh.
She's a ham. No, it came out with a happy ending. And
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, and you went back to your hoop, and what's there and what's gone?
For Ariel?
Yeah.
Ooh, the core was shot, which I know everyone can attest to that.
Yeah.
But that was inversions and, my arm strength, I will say, is top notch than it's ever been before because of lugging her around daily.
I mean, just looking at you, you've got really great arms.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I never did all through growing up. I was a dancer and notoriously weaker upper body.
Yeah, like really strong legs and the arms are like chicken arms. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. So thanks to Cora, I was okay doing pull-ups and pulling through the hoop and everything. But it's been good, honestly. I was very gentle with my body recovering. I just did, belly breathing after having her. I took it really easy. But I did perform dancing 3 months postpartum for a performance. And then we did our annual show. And I got back into aerial training, I think at the end of 3 months is when I returned to that. But it feels great. It feels great just to be back, even if everything's not the same yet. It's okay. Like, it's going to return, and maybe in a different fashion. And it might feel better. I might feel more flowy and enjoy it a little more now that I'm not carrying a giant belly with me. It feels very freeing.
You know what was the sensation that I missed so much when I was pregnant was doing a pancake.
Really?
Yeah, like, legs wide, lay on the ground.
Yes.
Head to one side. I miss that so much. When I was able to do it again, I was like, oh, so good.
I understand. Sleeping on my belly for the first time was incredible feeling. I agree.
Yeah. I did not enjoy being pregnant, but I hope for you that you get to do this many more times because that is what your heart desires. You know what? This was perfect. And I love that this is it was kind of a diverse story from my other ones. And I love I think it's so important for women out there to hear all of these stories. So
yes. Yeah. And I don't want to, it's nothing to be ashamed of or embarrassed, just because sometimes going through very personal stuff, I want to be able to share it, that you're not alone.
Yeah.
I have come to find, we found out there's a lot of friends of my husband, distant relatives or friends that have gone through the same sort of cancer. So it's actually more relevant but most people don't talk about it because it's it's very, very private. So a lot of it's kind of in the dark, but it's all hard. I mean, any of the cancers and any of the fertility stuff, it is no joke, no matter what stage you're going through. So I hope it, gives some inspiration or, at least that they know others are going through it too.
Well, and also the diversity of your story is your age diversity, because you guys are having infertility issues in your 20s, which is not talked about a lot. I'm sure, I hear a lot of women saying that, but it's because they've waited.
Right.
This is so different than what you're going through.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. Go ahead and I'm going to tend to my bean. Go tend to your cherub squish.
Thank you for having me on, Carrie.
Of course. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Kate, for coming on here, being vulnerable, telling us about your story. It's not one that we hear about too often, but I think it's so important for these stories to be shared because there are people out there going through all of this and, you're not alone. There's, this community is here for you. And, Kate, thank you. Thank you for that. Hey, Bean, can you turn off whatever's on? Hey, turn off your thing, please. This Bean is hiding under her blanket while I'm recording for some reason. She's gonna stay under there until I'm finished. So, but, it's taking too long. Okay, hold on. I'm just doing the very end. If you guys would honor me with a 5-star rating and a review, it would mean so much to me doing this fast. Thank you, Digital Podcasts, for being, being the structure to this wild ride that we're on. Wellness-based podcast family, if you want to check out any of that stuff. And if you want to hear the sound of my voice, Greener Grass, which is actually this week just dropping our wrap on season 3. I can't believe I'm saying that. We're going to start season 4 in the midsummer. We are on an academic calendar for that podcast. I know. Hold on. I'm almost done. So, yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. Over and out. Bean says it's time to go to lunch, and I'm going to listen to her. See you guys next time. This is the Expecting Aerialist.